I want to do one of our favorite segments, and that's 30-second takes. These are quick takes. Caitlin Clark is the topic today. She was featured on the cover of Time as the Time Athlete of the Year, and the Mystics owner took exception to that. I want to get your thoughts, gentlemen, but let's see those comments first.
It's taken the WNBA almost 28 years to get to the point where we are now. And this year, something clicked with the WNBA, and it's because of the draft of the players that came in. It's just not Caitlin Clark. It's Reese. We have so much talent out there that has been unrecognized. And I don't think we can just pin it on one player.
All right, 30-second takes. Noah, put it up. Let's start with John. I want to hear what you think first. Give me your take on that in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's a dumb comment. There are a lot of women in the league who do deserve recognition, but there's one reason TV ratings are up, jersey sales are up, ticket sales are up, interest is up, and it's Caitlin Clark. Now, there's a whole nother undertone and separate set of issues to say, why wasn't the WNBA popular for the 30-some-odd years it existed beforehand? That's a separate conversation in my mind. But no, Caitlin Clark is totally deserving. She's done everything with dignity and grace. Her comments are spot on. I have no problem with her winning. And this lady was out of bounds, I think.
All right, Noah, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. Let me get after it. I'll make this quick and simple. I agree with everything John said. This post was from CNN Sports. You know, in Twitter, you're able to leave comments to, clarify points or whatever. The main comment was that what is the team? I'm forgetting
Mystics.
right now. The Mystics attendance was up 35%, and a majority of that came from the game they played the Fever against Caitlin Clark. So I think that answers anything that this owner has to say.
All right, Noah, put the clock up for me. Because I agree with both of you. First of all, the Mystics owner struggled to even name another player that came in that draft. She got Reese. That's right. That's another one. But please tell me one more. What this lady's saying, I'm not even sure she watches the sport that she owns. The reason that people are watching is Caitlin Clark right now. Yes, let's applaud all of the players in the league, including the black players in the league. But let's not forget why their bread is being buttered at the moment, and that is Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%, buddy. I don't think we're really any of us are in disagreement about that, and I think that's the main point here. Very interesting to me that she continues to still get this hate.
The only thing I like about the hate is that it means that the league is more prominent. There are so many rumors and hate that NBA players and owners and coaches get, and that's because people are talking about the league. So I like that when somebody brings up Caitlin Clark in whatever sense, that it means that league is growing and more people are paying attention. That's awesome. I hate the fact that this girl has literally not put a foot wrong ever besides that flop. But that's another story. She has not put a foot wrong, and she's taken it all on the chin. She's been an exemplary model of what it is to be a leader. And keep in mind, she's in her early 20s. I mean, what more do you want?
Yeah, with you, man.
I think a lot of the vitriol is misplaced. And the reason I said that before is because there's multiple issues at play here. There's the should she have been on the cover of the magazine with every other WNBA player? No, that's stupid and absurd. It's a dumb point. I think it's this thinly veiled attempt, though, to address something that's a bigger issue in Black America, which is there's this league of Black women who've been doing things for almost 30 years. A white lady comes in and is really popular, and we have resentment about that. Those feelings can be legitimate, but you have to be careful of misplaced anger. It's not Caitlin Clark's fault. She's done everything right. She's an ally. She's a supporter. Is there an element of this that's going, hey, when all the black ladies were playing for all this time, nobody gave a shit. Now that we have Caitlin Clark, everybody cares. I can see why some people might be salty about that. But then I think there's other part of it that Caitlin Clark is a unique talent who's so good. I don't think her whiteness has a lot to do with it. Steph Curry's not white. He had a similar impact on the NBA just because they bomb threes and it's fun to watch. We'll never know if Caitlin Clark was black, if all of the things would have been the same. There's no way to kind of do a holdout test with players in this scenario. But there's like 3 or 4 different things at play. And I think what she was kind of saying was speaking to the feeling that some of the players have about that. I don't necessarily agree with that either, but for the sake of this conversation and as the black guy on the show, I do want to throw that out there that I think she was trying to almost be politically correct and saying we have a black league and a white lady's playing savior and some people don't like that. And she just made it about something it wasn't about. There should be nobody on the cover other than Caitlin Clark. And I think there's just so many things here at play that people say what they're feeling about 3 or 4 different things on one topic, and it gets all mixed together.
But I think you make such a good point that I just want to touch on once more is that you're right. She's getting media attention because she's good, but also because she's a marketable white woman. That's a fact. But like we're going to talk about in the college football playoff here in a second, Caitlin Clark could only live the life that she has.
Oh,
She
yeah.
can't change her ethnicity. She played the cards that she was dealt, so it isn't laid at her feet. If anybody, it should be laid at the feet of the media that prop her up as the perfect example of what the W should be because she happens to be a decent looking white woman that also has skills. Like you said, that's a whole other conversation. But to be bitter against Caitlin Clark because of that conversation, that's where it's not benefiting the league, and it's not going to raise those voices that we want to raise because she's helping to do that. And if you push her down, it doesn't raise anybody else up.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too, Eric. I think at the end of the day, the exposure that the WNBA has gotten, the fact that, we had a segment talking about the Rockers, what was it, last week or the week before that, and being excited about the fact that we're even having a WNBA team, a couple years before this, I feel like that conversation wouldn't even have been brought up on this podcast because it was like, who cares about the WNBA? Yes, women's sports should be a big thing, but it wasn't. And Eric, you're completely right. Having her in the league, having her draw this attention to the WNBA in a way that this league has struggled to get in 20 plus years of their founding now. I think they're on their 26th season was this past season when the Liberty won. It helps to uplift those voices as we continue to grow this brand and make the WNBA a worthwhile business proposition for not only the owners now, but potential future owners like Dan Gilbert and fans to buy in like us three that would totally go to a Rockers and or insert name here of Cleveland basketball team that is female.
Yep.
I will say one more note.
Oh, go ahead, E.
I just want to say, speaking, because we did open the conversation about the importance of black voices in the league. I thought it was so cool how what's her name? The star of the Aces. I'm blanking on her name right now. Asia, is it Wilson?
Yeah.
Aja Wilson, yeah.
Aja Wilson. She had a quote the other day that was so impactful. She said that, something along the lines of, I went to school at a university where my grandma couldn't walk on the grounds, but now they've built a statue of me on those same grounds. And it kind of gave me chills just reading that comment. Like, damn, that's amazing if you think about it.
And just like
100%.
everything else in this country, it's become a microcosm and a lightning rod of what we're dealing with politically. Because so there's this, there's idiots there's black people who are idiots, and there's black people with misplaced anger. And then Caitlin Clark comes out and says, black women should be honored and appreciated, and yes, and we get it. And she hit the nail on the head. And the MAGA crowd and Fox News crowd's now going crazy because she's too woke and she's passed up an opportunity to just go down the middle. And now she's let the wokeness of the WNBA get to her. And I'm like, so there's idiots on this side and there's misplaced aggression on this side. And Caitlin Clark is really just trying to play basketball and make money. Like, she's done everything right. She's caught in the middle. It's a lose situation.
100%, yeah.
Just keep balling out, being yourself, being unapologetic, and saying the right things. And there'll be something else to talk about next news cycle. But yeah, she fully deserved the cover of the magazine. And I think that lady was out of bounds to say it should have been everybody in the league.
Gentlemen.
To end it on a positive note real quick, to lighten it up a little bit, I finally got my first pair of Sabrina ones the other day.
Oh, yeah, you've been talking about them.
Everything. Yeah, I'm very excited to have them, but I'm going to be even more ecstatic and excited when I get my first pair of Caitlin Clarks to wear to the gym and that kind of thing. And the fact that we're even excited about women's branded basketball shoes, I will say it till the whatever saying you want to throw out there. I will continue to say I'm just happy we're talking about women's sports and being able to have this conversation and this dialogue.